Welcome to another episode of the Mark Jackson Show. I'm Mark Jackson. We're on the Come and Talk to Me network. I tell you, it feels good to be back in my chair. I got a bone to pick with you, though. When we started off with you in this chair, it was a solo shot. Now all of a sudden, there's a wide shot. You're included. This is ridiculous.
Why are you not looking at me when you're talking?
I just realized this is ridiculous.
You feel that jaded? You can't even look at me when you say it?
This is absurd. I do have a question for you, though.
What's up?
In all seriousness, and this is not juicing you. I thought you did a phenomenal job when we had two guests sitting on the couch during the week, and I was sitting alongside of them, and you sat in the big chair. How did you become such a natural at doing this?
What can I say? You know, I just give it up that way. This is just what I do, man.
Humility.
Nah, I'm playing.
No, you're serious. That's the sad part. You're serious.
No. I watched you do it for a long time.
Don't try to juice me now.
I watched you do it for a long time. I saw the best, and I became the best.
Oh, you're doing an outstanding job. I'm extremely proud.
I'm messing with you.
No, you're not.
I appreciate you.
You're serious.
No, I appreciate you. How you feeling today?
I'm good.
How's it feel to be back in your seat?
Different. There's a side of me that like sitting on the couch.
For real?
I don't like all the attention. You know that.
I feel it. So you gonna host today's episode?
I'm here.
You got all the...
I'm here for you. I'm here for you.
All right, I see you got the nice hoodie on today.
We
looking good. The cut nice.
Right?
Yeah.
I don't need all the compliments, man.
You got my text? I told you to rock.
No, you didn't. People will believe that. This is pure coincidence. Serious?
No, man. I forgot we got to shout out our sponsors. We got to keep the lights on, you know.
Yes, we do.
Shout out Underdog Fantasy. Click the link in the description below and use the promo code MARK. That's M-A-R-K. And they're matching up to $100. Go check it out, man. Anyways, I need a second before we even start. Just relax. Let me get my camera right here. Yes, sir. I just want to say, my ladies, y'all did a great job this last weekend with the Final Four. Shouts out to Coach Don Staley, capping off an undefeated season. Y'all are doing so. Why are you making that face?
What's with the change of voice?
Why are you making that face?
What's with the change of voice?
Why are you making that face? Let me have my moment, man. You got something to say to the ladies?
No,
go
ahead.
Go ahead. My ladies, my father has something to say to you. Come on. You got the floor.
Okay, listen to how I respond. Same voice, same tone, same demeanor. Outstanding job, ladies. Outstanding job. Well done across the board. It was an incredible weekend. It's been an incredible run. Women make us proud, and the game has been changed forevermore, moving forward.
It's not the same. I need more like, where's your empathy? Where's your emotion? Where's your feeling when you're saying it?
I'm getting there.
Good job, ladies.
I thought you were going to follow.
That was dry. Can we get a little? I thought you were going
to follow up with questions.
What was your favorite part?
There you go.
What was your favorite part? Okay. Here we go.
Okay, my favorite part. Now, here's where we get to the good part. My favorite part is this entire year of women's basketball. Talk about the WNBA, the way it concluded. 2 MVPs, future Hall of Famers across the board, loaded each lineup, crown a champion. And then you look at the NCAA, the most successful season in NCAA history for women's basketball, in my opinion. Most watched, clearly. I'm going to tell you something. When you talk about passion, something that bothered me. South Carolina, Iowa in the championship. Iowa, with about 15 seconds to go, the game is basically over. I'm sitting there saying, take out Caitlin Clark, let her get the acknowledgement and the standing ovation and the recognition she deserves. She's earned it. They take her out, we clap. Coming from the TV world, that's the time when you run down what she's done, the impact that she's made during the course of this year. Give her that 15 seconds and shower her with affection, emotions, and acknowledgement. My problem is this, they did that. Now the final buzzer goes off. The game is over. South Carolina is a story. I don't need your cameras panning to Caitlin Clark. And this is not Caitlin Clark hate. This is just the way you do TV. The story is South Carolina, Dawn Staley, and that undefeated basketball team that just made history. That's the story. Nowhere in the world do we follow the losing locker room or the losing player. We don't do it for LeBron James. We don't do it for Steph Curry. We don't do it for Tim Duncan. We haven't done it. The story was Dawn Staley in South Carolina, so I was a bit disappointed in that. And I had to express myself. So it was frustrating to see that.
Hater alert.
That's not
hater
hater.
alert. Let her get her love.
I gave her 15 seconds.
15 seconds. She just put the whole women's basketball on her back for the whole season.
No, she didn't.
Yes, she did.
No. And I say this respectfully. She certainly played a huge part, the biggest part.
Thank you.
But it wasn't a solo act. LSU is involved. South Carolina's involved. Stanford's involved. It was teams all throughout that tournament that made you root for them, embrace them individually and collectively. And I'm not hating, because I'm saying in the history of sports, we do not follow the championship, confetti falling, music playing, and show the losing player.
Yes, we do.
When?
Every year. We watch Steph Curry's reaction to losing. We watch LeBron's reaction to losing. They literally put the camera on them for 30 seconds as the clock's going down, and we see the dude celebrating. We watch LeBron walk off the court.
I'm talking about the first shot. The first shot is Dawn Staley. The first shot is a member of the South Carolina basketball team. The first shot is confetti falling, the music playing. At some point, we can get to a shot of Caitlin Clark. And this is not hating. This is TV done right. Find Caitlin Clark, get the sad look, get the depressed look, get the disappointed look, which is fine. Mm-hmm. And then let's go back to the celebration. I thought they did an incredible job. History was made, but that bothered me to a certain extent.
I feel it.
You want to know what I felt good about?
Yeah, let me know.
This is going to be my gem of the day. This is going to be my remember, but I think it's too good to pass up this early. Raven Johnson, guard for South Carolina. A year ago, defended by Caitlin Clark. A year ago, Caitlin Clark stood in the paint and exposed Raven Johnson's weakness, her inability to shoot the basketball. So she basically stood in the paint and literally waved a hand at her as she dribbled at the three-point line, daring her to take a shot. Raven Johnson said she dreamt of that every single night for the past year. She waited for this opportunity, and she worked on her game, worked on her weaknesses to make it a strength. She put on an absolute clinic yesterday on how to defend an all-time great basketball player. After having 18 points in the first quarter, Caitlin Clark was basically shut down the rest of the way. Not only that, she made timely plays on the offensive end, shot making, stripped her 4 times minimum, beautiful left-hand layup in transition, and became a champion. There's somebody out there right now. Your problem is they waved you off because of your weaknesses. A year later, your weaknesses are still the same. Take some inspiration from Raven Johnson. Work on your weaknesses so that when the time comes and the opportunity presents itself again, you're locked and loaded and prepared. Shout out to Raven Johnson, South Carolina, for a job well done, and it was truly inspiring for me. I got to work on my left hand. I got to work on my left hand. It's been 58 years, 59 years, and still don't have a left hand.
It's too late. It's too late.
Don't start working. You call me a hater.
No, it's too late. You already got you got your whole career. You're a legend, Hall of Fame one day.
I need some encouragement.
Don't work on the left.
I need some encouragement.
Work on writing with your left or doing something else with your left. It's too late to get the left hand later.
A little scoop shot, a little teardrop, little floater.
All right. We can go to the gym later.
I'm not going with you. You're a hater.
Why not?
You're a hater.
All jokes aside, she was locking up. She was playing defense like her life was on the line.
That's how you defend a great player. Pay attention to detail, execute the game plan. You don't do it individually because you have to have help. They did a wonderful job behind her, helping her, supporting her. And I love what Dawn Staley did, Coach Dawn Staley, that is. Incredible basketball mind that's done a phenomenal job. She didn't stand there and try to get the recognition to herself. She said, no, it's my assistant coach that put together a scouting report, a brilliant scouting report, and paid attention to detail and mapped out how we were going to win this game, and it exactly happened. Something else that touched me. Getting into the Final Four. Dawn Staley is doing an interview after they secure the Final Four. Confetti's falling down, and it goes in her hair, on her clothes, Gucci, Louis, whatever she had on that day. And it blessed me so much to watch her players, as she's doing the interview, grabbing the confetti out of her hair, making sure that their head coach was looking right.
Yeah.
I'm going to be honest with you. There's some coaches I played for, confetti would be falling on their eyes. I wouldn't move. I'd be like, good. I wouldn't even say anything. I wouldn't say anything.
Not on the championship day. Y'all just won. You got to help them out.
Depends on the coach. Depends on the coach. I'm only being honest.
Now, the buttons that she pressed with her players to get them to play with that type of effort, that's not the first time that we've seen that game plan be attempted to be put in place. We're watching the NBA players attempt to guard Steph that way. So for the players to go out after she puts that game plan in place and give that type of effort and execution, it just shows how great of a coach she really is.
And how much they paid attention to detail in practicing.
Yeah.
Because you fall asleep for a moment. We watch it with Steph Curry every single night. You fall asleep for a moment, the basketball is going through the net. You have to pay attention at all times to this home run hitter in the middle of the lineup that can change the game by hitting 3 straight three-pointers, and all of a sudden you're down 9. Like they started off down 10 to start the ball game. Mm-hmm. They made the proper adjustments. They paid attention to detail, and they're champions today because of it.
Shouts out to my ladies, man. Y'all, I just got to give y'all one more shout out. Y'all did y'all thing, man. Y'all really set it off for this whole tournament. It was amazing, man. You was excited?
Very excited.
Good.
I think it'll be interesting to see. If I'm Coach Staley, I'm staying at South Carolina, and I'm going to retire there one day and live there and enjoy life. But if I'm another team, a men's team, an NBA team, I would certainly entertain hiring her. She's that great of a basketball mind, and she's proven.
Now, in other news, keeping on Caitlin Clark, we had the great legend Ice Cube offer her $5 million to come play in the Big Three. What's your thoughts about that? Could she play in the Big Three?
Brilliant marketing move by Ice Cube.
Yeah.
I mean, he's a brilliant business mind, and he's impacted the culture in ways that very few have. It's the right move. You asked me, what was the question you asked me?
With all the players, retired NBA players, overseas players in the Big Three, can Caitlin play in the Big Three? Yeah,
she can play. I could play in the Big Three. You could play in the Big Three.
Come on, man. I mean, can you give me a real? What's up?
That's the question.
What's up with can I get some more?
Okay. All right,
can Caitlin Clark be effective in the Big Three? Should she play in the Big Three?
No.
Okay.
No. And I say that with great respect and admiration for her game and the impact that she's had. It depends on who she's facing. If she's facing me today, yes.
She's not facing you today.
That's my problem. That's my problem.
Yeah.
If she's facing, let's say, a guy that played for me 10 years ago, Jordan Crawford, who's an assassin on the offensive end of the floor, problems.
Yeah.
So if she's driving down the lane and Kenyon Martin or Glenn Big Baby Davis is standing there or Ryan Hollins, no. So if I was advising her, I would say, no, don't do it.
Oh, absolutely not. No. If I'm advising her, nah, she got to chill.
Yeah. I mean, for what?
It ain't nothing to prove, yeah.
Old guy once told me that all money ain't good money. So you got to be able to say no and live to see another day and make the proper, wise decision. I think her future's awfully bright in the WNBA, being the #1 pick by the Indiana Fever. And she's going to impact on that level, and she's going to have opportunities, business opportunities to say yes to. I would tell her not to do this one.
Yeah, we watched what Raven did. We don't need to see Rashard Lewis guarding Caitlin. We all right.
Imagine if a guy like Jamal Crawford.
That's what I'm saying.
Jamal Crawford. Imagine if he decided, I'm gonna play in the Big Three. Work.
It's a problem.
Work.
I don't want to see. Yeah, I don't want to see that. She got a long, bright future ahead of her.
One thing I don't need is the old heads in the WNBA disrespecting her.
Yeah, it's a lot of hate going on. Let's talk about it.
She got flat out game.
It's a lot of hate
she's
going on.
She's going to be a problem from day one.
Yeah.
Why not embrace the impact that she's had? Why not celebrate the impact that she's had? Why not acknowledge the level of play that she has elevated everybody to and the benefits of the performances that she's put on full display with the country watching? Why not embrace that? It's sad to me when you get hate coming from greats. That's a bar right there. I mean, just embrace her. Your day gonna come because you're gonna have to see her. You know who I'm talking to. You're gonna have to see her. And the worst thing to see is to see a young lion when you on the back nine.
You know about that?
Yes.
You know?
Yes. You want to hear about it?
Yeah. Let me hear a story.
I'm playing in my second to last year with the Utah Jazz. We're playing against the Golden State Warriors. And I'm coming off the bench. So John Stockton's starting the game. We're facing a young, hungry, lion with his foot on the gas pedal at all times on the offensive end by the name of Agent Zero, Gilbert Arenas.
Oh, no.
This dude had, I guess he scored the first 15 points. Now, coach looks down the bench, tells me to go in. Dude, I want no parts of this. I go into the game, first 3 plays. N1, 3 in my face. Takes me out. Now we gonna go zone. Why didn't we go zone when I was in there? Why didn't we go zone when I went? When you called me to go into the game, why didn't we go zone? But you want no parts of these young lions with something to prove and their foot on the gas pedal at all times. And that was my introduction, late introduction to the great Gilbert Arenas.
Yeah, that's all right. Ain't nothing wrong with Agent Zero getting some buckets on you.
He did it to a lot of folks.
Yeah. That's all right. I thought she was gonna say somebody that wasn't up on that level. He's on the echelon of scorers where you get respect for that. You get respect for that.
But on that level in the league, you can get it done offensively by dudes that's not Gilbert Arenas. I remember Magic Johnson announced that he had tested HIV positive and he couldn't play the next game. And Sedell Threatt, who was the backup point guard, started that game in Madison Square Garden against us. You think he was a breather? We don't have Magic. Now we got Sedell Threatt. 40.
40. He was like that?
Scorer.
He was ready that day.
He was ready. He was inspired.
He's like all Magic now.
Man, he put on a clinic. But that can happen on this level.
Yeah. But I'm with you. We can't have people hating on the up and coming new players. That's
crazy.
What?
I mean, think about it. What does it do? What does it do? You already accomplished and you're an all-time great. Your future Hall of Fame. And I'm not talking about one specific player because this is across the board. These are greats that have done it. I'm calling you out. Treat her like you were treated coming in. And if you wasn't treated right coming in, still treat her right. It'll come back to you on the back end.
I think that's the tough part though, because a lot of those players that are in the WNBA are looking like, we paid dues. A lot of the older players are looking like we paid dues, and now these young girls are reaping the benefits and getting respect, and we put a lot of blood, sweat, and tears in.
What does that mean? I'm watching arguably the GOAT. The GOAT, in my opinion, is Cheryl Miller. Embrace Juju Watkins at USC. I'm watching her hug her and tell her how great she is. I watch a video where Cheryl Miller says, hold on, Cynthia Cooper got 4 championships and 4 MVPs. She's pushing off, deflecting all the attention from herself, acknowledging girls and ladies and women that came after her, and we embrace Cheryl even more because of it. That's the trick. When you downplay what you've done, somebody will speak up for you. Cheryl Miller don't have to blow her own horn. I'll blow a horn and tell you how great she is and challenge anybody to say that they've done it better in the history of the game.
That's bars. I can't say nothing on that. You got it. You got it.
We got to be better.
Yeah. But that's just, it's some people who are haters and it's some people who show love. It's just life.
You know what else I want to say?
What?
I was in the barbershop today. By the way, shout out to my guy Richard, and gives me my coffee in the morning. I told him I'd give him a shout out. Appreciate you. Thank
Richard.
you. But yes, random shout out.
You trying to get free coffee?
I was in the.
Hold on, because you always stop me from giving sponsorship shout outs in different companies.
I didn't say what company.
What are you trying to get? A free coffee from Richard?
I didn't say, no, Richard blesses me.
All right, man.
Throws in a donut every now and then. Donut,
all right,
coffee,
continue. Don't let me mess up your train of thought.
Oh, the barbershop. Oh, yeah. I was in the barbershop and my guy Trey was talking, and they were upset at J. Cole for apologizing and trying to make it right with Kendrick Lamar. Mm-hmm. Have I gotten too old? And I argue with Jet, my son, music extraordinaire. He's like, that's not hip hop. That blessed me. We've moved forward. That's the mature act by J. Cole acknowledging I'm not the guy I used to be. I'm not trying to chop somebody's head off. Let me acknowledge when I'm wrong and move forward. Let me support somebody and show love and do a grown man move as opposed to what we used to do back in the day. Shout out J. Cole and Kendrick Lamar. Make it right. Oh, well, you want the other side.
I'm out, man. What are we talking about? Nobody want to hear apologies.
Oh my goodness.
You threw it. This is what I want to talk about. These are the topics I want to talk about. You can't throw a rock and then hide your hand. You join the fight. And then you say, oh, yo, my bad. I punched you in the face. Like,
he didn't throw the first rock. He didn't throw the first rock.
But he punched back.
Yeah, but then he said,
multiple times too. It wasn't just one track. It was It was a lot of different tracks where he threw some shots.
But he said, if you want to punch me, I'll hold my chin out, punch me, and we can make it right. That's maturity to me. Shout out to maturity. Seasoned vet.
Punch me and we can make it right? This is hip hop. What are you talking about?
Did I tell you that? You know what school I went to?
St. John's,
You know J. Cole graduated magna cum laude from St. John's University?
I love J. Cole.
Make us proud.
Man, you really making me take this position because I love J. Cole. I'm never getting a J. Cole feature now, but no, that was not fire for him to apologize to Kendrick. See, it was not fire.
As an old man once told me, keep on living, young fella. Keep on living.
If we rapping,
they'll come when you acknowledge it.
That's not hip hop culture. The sad part is if Jay-Z did the same thing, he'd be like, yo, I wanted to hear some bars.
I'm not mad at hearing bars, but I like the maturity. I like that we no longer are where we once were. So shout out to those guys. Move the culture forward, continue to impact, continue to make history.
Man, shout out to Drake. We waiting on you. What you got to say, man? Talk your talk. Oh, you know, apologies.
Oh, man.
I'm sorry for nothing, man. Kidding me?
Sorry, not sorry. Like that. Got my ear to the street.
All right, we got some love to show right now. It's been, I know we spoke about you being Hall of Fame one day. It's been some Hall of Famers that came out this week. We got to show some love.
Absolutely.
First off, the great Chauncey Billups inducted this week. You got any stories of y'all or just y'all relationship?
First of all, congratulations. A heck of an accomplishment. Actually texted him and reached out and conversation with him real quick. Just tremendous respect and appreciation for him, his impact. Obviously, my daughter, your sister, Heaven, works for the Portland Trail Blazers 5 years now, does an incredible job, and Chauncey and that staff shows love and embraces her like she's his adopted daughter. So I got tremendous respect for him and love for him, but we all dream about making it to the Hall of Fame. And a story that I remember Chauncey struggling at some point, and he was playing for a coach who I played for 2 times in Larry Brown, who could be very tough and extra tough on his point guards. You can't do right. So he's always complaining and whining and on your case. And for a young guy, that can be a little frustrating. But Chauncey, after had a conversation with him, tell him how I got through it, how I handled it, and flourished. The guy is a NBA champ, a Finals MVP, I believe a 5-time All-Star. Went to the Eastern Conference Finals so many years, and part of a team that won a championship and did it the right way, did it as a team. Awfully proud of him and extremely happy for him, and wish him nothing but the best moving forward. Doing a great job with a team that fights, competes, and the future's bright for the Portland Trail Blazers moving forward.
I would even say he's underrated all time. How many guards at his size have a Finals MVP under their belt?
Right. I mean, it's and making big-time shots, big-time plays when it mattered most against a dominant team that had some guys on there that is on the short list of all-time greats. They're in a special room. He and his crew beat them.
Now, one other person I want to shout out, a former teammate of yours. We're going to show him some love, too. The great Vince Carter, Hall of Famer now. You got any stories about, did he ever catch you on a poster?
No, he caught my passes and he caught people on the poster.
Y'all had practices. He never dunked on you ever?
No, one of his best dunks is against my Indiana Pacer team when he went baseline, turned in midair, triple pumped it, and dunked it backwards. I'm not in the shot, so it wasn't on me. I was at the nail at the foul line, away from the rim, so it's not on me. But I can remember being traded, or signing to the Toronto Raptors, first day of practice, like he was a different animal, absolute different animal. Had everything you want as a basketball player, had no weaknesses as far as a skills position player, could shoot at a high level, could pass at a high level, could drive and finish at a high level. Just an incredible basketball player, and it was no secret he was going to be in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah, that dude got layers to his game. I remember being young and just trying to be like him in the mid-post. For like a whole year, I was just trying to get jab step series like Vince Carter. And we look at his dunks and we don't realize how great of an actual basketball player he was. He was not just an athlete. That dude had game.
Tremendous. The funniest thing about Vince, I'm not knocking him. This is just Vince. To play with him, you understood at some point during that 48-minute game, he was going to go down and act like he got shot.
You're not knocking him.
No. It got to a point like the first couple of games we run to him, you all right, bro? You all right? Help him up. By game 10, we're like, that's Vince. Come on, just come on, man.
He always got up and played, though?
He's getting up and he's going to be fine. Let him milk the air time. Let him milk the camera time. Next play, he's flying through the air, triple pumping. Like, dude, I thought you just grabbing your knee.
Did you?
Like, what are we doing?
Shout out to Vince Carter, man.
Vince, half man. But I tell you what, with both of those guys, not just incredible basketball players, incredible people, quality, class human beings that I got, like I said, tremendous respect for.
How did you like living in Toronto?
Back to Chauncey though, I just remembered something. Huh. He's playing. I'm leading the league in assists with the Denver Nuggets. I get the paper. I'm sipping my coffee one day, and I read in the paper. I'm reading the sports section. Mark Jackson, the leader in the NBA in assists, may not even be the best point guard in Colorado. I'm like, what the heck? I'm like, what are they talking about? I'm like, what? Chauncey Billups went to Colorado, and they were talking about Chauncey Billups, who I did not know and had not seen play.
That's hilarious.
I'm like, are y'all kidding me?
He was coming for you.
He's in the hall, and I'm sitting there with you.
Oh, man.
Toronto was great, though.
Yeah.
I loved you. I mean, you lived there. Toronto was very similar to New York City. I really enjoyed my time there. We had a house, school across the street where you and Heaven would walk to school, come home for lunch. It was a fun time and great fan base.
Beautiful. I love Canada. They got the black squirrels running around.
I didn't know that.
You knew that.
I wasn't paying attention to the squirrels.
You gotta stop and smell the flowers sometime. Why don't you do any? You too cool for everything.
What was this on your walk home for lunch?
Oh, I gotta let y'all know. I'm exposing you today. This dude will not eat a strawberry. He says he's never had a strawberry. I'm trying to get him to eat a strawberry. He's like, no, you know me for 30 years. I'm never gonna eat a strawberry. So will you eat a strawberry for the people?
No.
If I brought a strawberry on the set, would you just take one bite?
No. I got a question. This is a good question because we had a debate.
Can you loosen up, pause?
We had a debate. There are things in this world that I have never had and I know I don't like. Here's the question.
How do you
is
know
that possible? Is that possible?
No. How do you know you don't like it?
My family believes that I have to at least try it once in order to know whether I like it or not. I know what I like. I know what I don't like. So if you're on the don't like list, you're going to stay on the don't like list.
This just in, Mark Jackson's a psychic. He knows how everything tastes before it tastes.
I'm not going to try strawberry. I'm not going to try cabbage. I'm not going to try spinach.
What do you imagine a strawberry tastes like?
I don't. Nasty. Nasty. No, that's a good question. Nasty.
Nasty?
Yeah.
Oh,
I'm not going to have onions. I'm not getting tomatoes. I mean, there's a whole list that I'm just not dealing with.
This is Jeff. We should just bring a platter of all of this and just let them try everything.
You think I'm gonna try?
That's what I'm saying. You ain't eating no onions. You never.
That's why I let Kenny live. When Kenny was like, he had a whole thing of onion rings. I'm like, dude, I never had onion rings. It's the fries.
You never had like a burger with some good grilled onions?
I had a burger. No, I never had onions.
Oh, no. My goodness, man. We bringing back another segment today.
You already know. You know I'm not lying. I don't try these things and I refuse to even attempt it.
Shame on you.
Yeah.
You need to get out your
strawberry ice cream. No, thank you.
You never tried strawberry ice cream either?
No.
Have you ever tried a strawberry drink where you can at least see?
No. Only strawberry I enjoyed was Darryl Strawberry when I was a rookie.
Hey, yo.
When he played for the Mets. I said when he played for the Mets.
All right.
Yeah, that's it. Shout out Darryl Strawberry. I know he had a health scare recently. Shout out to him and his family. Nothing but love and appreciation for you. Continue to get better and better, my friend.
Shout out Daryl. My pops really enjoyed you.
Go ahead, man.
All right, man. We got a new addition today. It's been here before, but we going with Mama. There goes that man. Are you ready?
That's good. Yeah, I'm ready.
All right. Here we go. We're going to start off in the East with an MVP update. Who is your Eastern Conference MVP right now? Who you got?
To me, it's a one-horse race. That's Jason Tatum. I think Giannis has had a great year, but that Milwaukee Bucks team, inconsistency, where you don't know which team is showing up night in and night out. Talking about the Boston Celtics running away with the Eastern Conference, there's only one answer. That's Jason Tatum and the job he's done, setting the tone on the offensive end, taking pride on the defensive end, and playing every single night, basically. It's Jason Tatum in the Eastern Conference and it's everybody else.
I agree. I don't think it's a race in the East. Same question. Who you got in the West?
The West is a tougher choice. I think it's going down to the wire. Who wins the Western Conference? I'd probably go with 4 guys right now. Nikola Jokic, Luka Doncic, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. That's the 3 guys I would go with right now. I think those are the 3 guys that are in the discussion, and it depends on how they finish in the Western Conference standings. But those 3 guys, and Luka, the year he's having, I mean, I said it already. If you had to do the top 75 players all over again, there's about 25 old dudes who's gonna be mad.
Yeah.
There's gonna be about 25 plus old dudes that you just gonna have to tell them. Some you're gonna have to knock on the tombstone and be like, you had to move it, bro. I mean, it's just that the level of skill and talent in today's game forces you to make some tough decisions.
I say for me, I gotta pick SGA got it. SGA got it for me in the Western Conference. SGA got it overall. I think with only a few weeks left in the season, he's really got to fall off for me to not think it's him. To me, he's got it right now.
Because
his impact on his team and his game. If you take him off of that team, his value is, to me, greater than if you took Jokic off of the Nuggets. I think that the squads, if you take them both off, SGA is bringing a huge impact to that team, making plays for guys that if he wasn't coming off that screen and making those plays, it'd be tough for them to create on their own.
He's had a great year. I'm not here to argue against any guy that we name. They are all so deserving of the award. The tough part is going to be one guy winning at the end of the day.
Mm-hmm. With the West being as tight as it is, we got the Lakers and the Warriors in the play-in. Can either of those teams make noise in the playoffs?
Yes, because of their experience, because of the success that they've tasted in the past, because they may be playing against a team that has no experience, Oklahoma City, or little experience, Minnesota Timberwolves. So I think that those teams are positioned. Would it be a major upset if one of those teams beat one of those other teams? No. To me, I think you got home run hitters in the lineup when you talk about the Golden State Warriors, a premier home run hitter in Steph Curry and a great supporting cast. Klay Thompson coming to form, playing better and better. See, I picked him as a top 5 top 5 shooting guard recently. Still have trust and belief in Klay Thompson, dangerous. And then when you're talking about the Los Angeles Lakers, any team that has LeBron James, Anthony Davis, the supporting cast that they have, D'Angelo Russell playing at a high level, can carry them offensively at times, Austin Reeves, those 2 teams are dangerous, and it'll come down to matchups and their ability to control playoff games.
If I'm any of those top teams, I'm not really excited at the prospect of having to see the Lakers in the first round or the Warriors in the first round. You work all season to come in first, second place, and then you got to run up against 2 of the greatest players of all time. That's tough.
I agree with you, but my argument against that would be those teams had 82 games to tell you just how good and dangerous they are, and at the end of the day, they're 9th and 10th seeds for a reason. So they've been inconsistent, up and down on both sides of the floor all season long. It'd be foolish for me playing the other side to think that they could just turn it on and beat a team that's done it all year long to put themselves in position to be a number 1 seed or a number 2 seed. So that's the flip side of it. But that's why we play playoff basketball.
Yeah, it's gonna be interesting. All right, East Coast. We found out recently that Julius Randle got injured, man. He's out for the rest of the season. Going forward, how deep can the Knicks make it into the playoffs?
They are a team that is loaded from top to bottom with great competitors. They get after you. They have an identity. They have a home run hitter in Jalen Brunson that's playing as well as any guard in basketball right now. And in the Eastern Conference, although Boston is the best team in the East, everybody has proven to be beatable. You look at what the Knicks did just the other night. They went into Milwaukee. Milwaukee needed a win. They're healthy and whole and trying to stop the bleeding. And Jalen Brunson puts a 40-plus piece on them. Yeah. And the Knicks leave with a win. So the Knicks are certainly good enough to win in the Eastern Conference and then advance. And that would be the challenge if I was on that team or coaching that team.
What's your adjustment as a coach if you're in Tom Thibodeau's position and Julius Randle is done for the season?
We're missing our second best player. We're missing a guy that gives us 25 and double-digit rebounds a night, 5 or 6 assists a night. No one guy can bring that to the table. We don't have that guy that can do that outside of Jalen Brunson on this roster. So we have to do it collectively. And the message is, we're gonna go small. We're gonna put a demand on guys to bring to the table a little more, just a little bit more than you normally are asked to do. And then Jalen Brunson's gonna have to carry them and put guys in position to take and make big time shots. They're well coached, they defend, they compete, they play with an edge. And although Boston is clearly the best team, they can be beaten. They've proven that, we've seen that at times. So if I'm a guy on the Knick roster or a Knick coach, why not us? When we play the best basketball and we're called to play, we've beaten the best. Now let's put it together.
We got flashback time. You ready? We got some good pictures today. Let's go ahead and put this first one up. All right, we got you and DMX, the late great DMX, man. Wow. What you remember about meeting him?
I met him years ago in New York City before this picture, and then seeing him at a game and talking to him. But I remember his greatness. I remember his passion for rap, for music, his passion as a believer. I remember living in Santa Monica 20 years ago and going on a walk at night and then passing by a bar and hearing a familiar voice, talking to a bunch of guys. I'm like, I know that voice. And it was DMX. And he calls my name and we stand on the corner and talk for 45 minutes, an hour. Just a guy that is a great. And you can tell how his music has impacted so many. And I got a lot of respect for him. He had a battle in life, good versus evil. He impacted so many and was committed as a believer.
You got anything else you want to share about that story?
Was you there?
I was there. That's why
in the middle,
I don't want to step on your story, and you just sold it up so nicely. So I don't want to step on his legacy. So yeah, let's just.
No, the messed up thing is in the middle of the story, I'm sitting there like, I remember this dude being there, but I don't want to put him on the spot because you might not. Yeah.
Oh, you don't remember what he said to me?
Oh, he did. He cussed at you, right?
He was like, we sitting there, y'all were talking.
Oh yeah, I remember.
And I walked over. And I got to do the clean version because we got kids listening. But DMX looked at me. I was young. I had to be like 10, 11, 12, somewhere around there. And he was like, yo, you getting any yet? I'm like, I looked at my pops. I'm like, what does he mean? He's like, you not getting any yet? I was like, nah, Mr. X. I was like,
I do remember that. Yes.
But he's a legend, and we love DMX. I didn't know whether to bring that up because he is a
No, it's the truth. It's the truth.
All right, man.
Did you know what he meant?
Yeah, I knew what he meant. I knew what he meant. I had to play it off because you was looking at me like, did you get?
Yeah.
Did you?
Yeah.
All right, for the second one, we got another picture. Let's put it up. Oh, this is more recent. This is our episode we did with Kenny. Did you? What was your favorite part of this interview?
It was great having him on. Incredible friend, brother for life. The best part is just sitting there chopping it up. And we make fun about, the culture and hip hop and all of that. But in our culture, one thing we don't do as much as we should is show love to one another. And to have a guy like Kenny sitting here, we grew up, same neighborhood, same dreams. There's no side of him to hate on me. There's no side of me to hate on him. To see the genuine love, appreciation, and affection for one another. When he wins, I win. When I win, he wins. Outside of him asking for a check to come and appear on the show, everything else was gravy. But no, in all seriousness, the best part of it was just sitting there breaking bread with family.
Yeah, that was real. That was a great episode. Y'all go check that out, man. We're going to give a shout out to our sponsors, Underdog Fantasy. Click the link in the description below. Play the Pick'em game. That's one of our favorites, man.
That's a wrap for this episode of The Mark Jackson Show. Bluu and I certainly appreciate all the love and support. Remember, in a war, the first thing that the opposition attempts to do is disable all communications that you have with the outside world. They don't want you to be able to communicate with anybody or anything. My question to you is, why are you sabotaging yourself doing the same thing and wearing it with a badge of honor because you don't talk to somebody? I challenge you to change it before you lose. Call mom, call dad, call your brother or sister, call a friend, call somebody that you're holding a grudge against. And then encourage them and may just equip you. Blessings.